Hello dear students and welcome back. This is another English lesson for the 4th graders. My name is Miranda and I will be your English teacher today. Our topic is books and stories. In today's lesson, you will be summarizing the main events from a story. Also, you will be designing a digital poster with a timeline of a story, and at the end of the lesson, you will be asked to write a short story. As usual, you will need a notebook, a pen or a pencil, a device with internet connection, and a QR code scanner if possible. Our topic today is reading. Do you like reading books? Why do you like it and why not? Can you see any benefits of reading? Pause the video and think about these questions. If you had to choose between these two types of books, would you choose e-books or traditional books? Do you think that e-books are much more convenient to use than the traditional books? Or many readers still prefer the feel of a print book? Do you think that e-books will replace traditional books in the future? Pause the video and think about it. How many books do you typically read in a year? No matter how many of them you have already read, you can probably choose your favorite ones. What are your favorite books of all time and why? Which one is closest to your heart? Which one stole your heart and took your breath away? Could you please share it with us? Book recommendations are always welcome. What attracts you to a book? Illustrations, thickness, cover, funny titles, text, font, quality of the paper, reviews, or something else. You are going to watch a video with famous quotes about reading. Make a list of reasons why people should read books. Let's check together. As we can see, reading broadens your knowledge by opening up the whole world to you. While you are reading, you can be visiting another country or a different time period, or traveling through space. You can find out how people solve problems or think up new ideas. You can learn all about other kids or historic people and important events. You can even figure out how to build things or do something better. Whatever topic you can think of, there is a book or an article waiting to be read. The whole world is an adventure to discover. Now you are going to read several sentences and decide whether they are true or false. Pause the video and do the task. Watch the video Why Books Are Here to Stay and check your answers. Type the link in the internet browser or scan the QR code on this slide. And now we can check together. The first statement is false because the first book as we know it today originated in ancient Rome. The earliest type of manuscript in the form of a modern book was called a codex. That's true. Early books were consumed by a large audience. It's false because they were luxury items. The modern printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg. It's definitely true. Book covers were called dust wrappers in the early 19th century. True. And book jackets had advertising on them and were thrown away in the 20th century. It's false because they started to be seen as interesting design that attracted attention and aroused the reader's interest. So they were not thrown away anymore in the 20th century. Watch the video again and answer these questions. Let's check together. A book is like a person because it has a spine, a backbone, and a face, and it can be your friend. The core purpose of a physical book is to record our existence and to leave it behind on a shelf in a library for generations to understand where they came from and to understand that people went through some of the same things that they're going through now. What relationship do readers have with authors through their books? It's like a dialogue that readers have with authors. And what attractive features do traditional books have as opposed to e-books? Let's see. People have a much more human relationship to a printed book than an e-book. The experience of holding it, turning the page, marking their progress in a story, the smell of a book, French ink on paper, or the aging paper smell. It can't be turned off with a switch like an e-book, and it's a story that you can hold in your hand and carry around with you. A book is a home of beautiful stories. They can be long or they can be short. What is a short story? It's a brief narrative, shorter than a novel, with a sequence of events, its beginning, its middle, and its end. What are the elements of a short story? First, a story needs to have well-developed characters with their thoughts, feelings, and actions. The setting needs to be described clearly. It includes time and place. The main character needs to have a goal, and there is always a conflict in the story that hinders that goal. Finally, the plot needs to be well structured. There should be an exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. The story ends in a logical way and has a moral or a theme. It's the big idea or message. And in the end, the main character learns a lesson. Let's read your first task today. You and your classmate Rose have an English assignment together. You're going to plan and deliver a presentation about a story of your choice. You have just read an interesting story and liked it very much, so you have decided to call Rose and suggest that you present that particular story for your assignment. You should summarize the main points of the story and give reasons for your choice. You should read the story named The Hole in the Wall on the following link. Or you can scan the QR code if it's more convenient for you. And then you need to identify key points in the story. Summarize the events of the story in a concise manner and describe briefly the characters, the setting, and the plot. You should include 1 or 2 reasons why the particular story was chosen. And finally, you should record a voice message and send it to Rose over the phone. Your voice message should be 5 minutes long. And here is a checklist to help you with your task. The next thing you should do is to watch the story about Emmeline Pankhurst on the following link. You can also scan the QR code if you find it easier. And then you need to create a timeline of events using a digital poster. You can use Adobe Spark or Canva. Use different colors to represent different events or things happening during Emmeline's life and her fight for women's rights. Here you can find some tips how to design a digital poster. Read it carefully and start designing your digital poster. I hope you'll have a lot of fun. Finally, you are going to create your own story inspired by the following pictures. A teenager, we can call him Tom, or you can choose any other name. A house with a garden. A wind-up music box. A castle. A witch. A princess. And a birthday cake. Here is a quick reminder of the things you must do. Read it carefully. Take your time. And finally, a rubric to guide you through the writing process. And this is all for today. Until the next time, goodbye.